Courtney, and today I'll be doing a review of the latest rom-com to hit Netflix called Players. After I watch a movie and I get ready to do these reviews, I go on IMDb so that I make sure I'm not mispronouncing people's names, even though I probably butcher them anyway. I do go on and I try because, you know, accent and this. I went on IMDb with this one and I was so surprised because the ratings of this movie are really poor and almost all of the reviews were really negative. Like they were really roasting this movie. And I'm scratching my head sitting there thinking, huh? What? Like, what did I watch? Because I really enjoyed this movie. Lately, I've been really down on my rom-com genre. If you've been to my channel before, you would see like a lot of the rom-coms are really negative, even when I wanted them to be so good. My latest really hyped up one that I really loved was Set It Up. And that was, I think, 2018 or 2019, way back when anyway. And this one is like right behind it. So I really enjoyed this one. I haven't yet watched Anyone But You. And I think that'll be pretty high on my list too, but I just could not believe that people do not like this movie because I thought it was incredible. It's about a group of long-term friends led by leader Mack, played by Gina Rodriguez, and her best friend played by Damon Wayans Jr., their other best friend Brannagan, played by Augustus Prew, and Little, played by Courtney, who are all players. For the last decade, they have run these plays between each other and acted out these different scenarios at the bars and at the clubs in order to score, well, essentially just score, because they're trying to get these one-night stands until the leader of the group, Mack, falls for the perfect guy, her ideal guy that she would like to move on from these one-night stands with and date and, you know, see a future with and essentially grow up. So they then have to switch their game plan from playing for a one-night stand to playing for keeps. And while Mack is making these different plays and changing herself to be what her ideal man would want her to be, in that process, she ends up losing her best friends and losing herself. So she then has to come up with the ideal play to win her best friend back and to find herself again in all of that. The first half an hour of this movie was really unique. It was super creative. All these different plays that they would run and seeing the different role-playing scenarios between different men and different women and, you know, just acting out these scenarios that people would go through when dating or getting one-night stands at the club. It was kind of eye-opening too because it mocked or opened my eyes, I guess, to the dating scene now. You know, there's so many dating apps and you see people online and they put up this white picket fence when really that's not who they are. It's just this facade or this image that they want people to see of them, but it's not truly who they are. And I guess social media is a little bit to blame for that. It also highlighted a difference in dating between the generation gap. The young adults in the movie, Little and Ashley, played by Liza Koshy, when they met each other, they liked each other and they asked each other out and the dating was fun. It was great. With the older generation, they played all these games instead of just opening themselves up, being vulnerable and letting people see them for who they truly are and hopefully be loved for who they truly are. They just played these games and went round and round in circles trying to impress the other person or just run away from who they truly were. And they just made the dating, well, it wasn't really a dating game at that stage. It was more casual sex game, but either or, casual sex, dating, or even long-term partner. They made that process so much more complicated and confusing than it needed to be. Then the tone shifted and I really liked that. I liked that we went from that fun, casual sex to moving on to these people maturing and wanting to date, wanting to have somebody that they feel safe with, someone that they feel comfortable with, somebody that they can talk to and relate to and go on dates with and essentially love. I liked when we got into that meat and veggies part of it. I can see how people complain that that is very typical of the rom-com formula and we then go into a generic rom-com, but it's not a generic rom-com because I think that the actors brought it to life. I feel like the script was unique even though it followed the same formula. And I really do feel like the typical fight scenes that you get in your rom-coms and stuff like that, and then the makeup scene, I thought those were so well scripted and well delivered that it really it just felt so authentic. Like the fights in rom-com movies are usually so petty that you're rolling your eyes like, really, we're fighting over this? But these were deep fights and meaningful. They actually meant something to the other party. And you could feel that, yeah, in the delivery, but also the script and the way it was written. I thought it was really good. So yes, it might follow the typical rom-com formula, but it's a freaking rom-com. That is the point of this movie. It is a romantic comedy. And there was romance in it, and there was lots of comedy, in my opinion. Anyway, the only real issue that I had with the movie, and it's not even really an issue, I just expected like that tiny little tick at the end there, was a full circle moment. You do get it halfway in the movie where she gets her draw, but I kind of wanted to see that at the end when we get that makeup scene and when we get the full relationship at its best. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of that relationship, or you know, them go to the bar together, which is what they did at the start of the movie, or get the draw, as I said, that happened in the middle of the movie. So I would have liked that sort of little nod to the audience that everything was rosy red in the end. In saying that, we know that it's rosy red because we saw, even though we didn't get the romance between them, we saw those little moments build throughout the movie. You know, when somebody would walk her home and she felt comfortable, or when somebody would share their food with them and she felt safe to talk, to eat, to be herself, to be sad when she wanted to be. All those little moments, and who supported her during those little moments, although people may not think that they're romantic, they're the most important part about a relationship. When someone can feel safe, when they can talk about things that both party likes, and it was really nice to see their friendship. And you know that that's blossoming to become a relationship. But I just really wanted to see at the end there, the kissing and the romancy stuff at the end. So that was my only disappointment with the ending. But in saying that, as I said, that breakup speech and the makeup speech specifically, that got me so emotional because it really did touch on the things that were important to her and the things that should be important in any relationship. If you've been to my channel before, you know that I'm a bit of a weirdo. I find crude things funny. I've got a really dry and dumb sense of humor, but well, can't think of an excuse as to why I'm like that. But anyway, I like stuff that usually normal people don't find funny. And same within this movie. I thought it was really, really funny. But it wasn't even necessarily the lines that were funny. It was more the delivery of them. It was how this cast performed, how they said those lines, or how they moved their face in a way, or did a certain action to make it even funnier. Gina is a fantastic actress. Her facial expressions and the way that she can move her mouth, her eyes, her body even, she just conveys so much with her facial expressions that she was just the ideal person for the lead girl in this role. And Damon Wayans Jr., I mean, come on, when is he not funny and charming in every single role that he is in? His smile alone just lights up a room. So I thought he was really great. I've never seen Augustus Prew in anything, so I don't really have anything to compare him to in his other roles, but I thought he was really funny as Brannagan in this movie. Courtney as Little, I was really impressed by his performance because I'm so used to seeing him in rom-coms as the lead or a love interest, and to see him in this as something so ditzy, so funny and just silly, I thought it was just really refreshing to see him in this type of role. I really did enjoy the plot of this movie, but I really think that it was this cast that brought it to life. Everything that they did with charm and spark, and they just had so much energy, every single character, and the way that they gelled, it just felt really genuine, really authentic. Nothing felt forced. All of the relationships just felt so together, like they were this one unit and one family, and it was a really easy watch because of that. I would definitely rewatch Players again. It's a movie that I really did enjoy, and I know I would enjoy on a second watch as well. It's very high up in my favorite rom-com list, or at least favorites of recent. Because of the cast, because the script was refreshing and new and different, even though it did follow the generic rom-com formula. I I just thought it brought something else to it. And I can't explain what that was, whether it was the script, whether it was the genuine actors and the funny moments between them. I don't know, but I really did enjoy this movie. I definitely recommend it if you like watching rom-coms. Don't go on IMDb and have a look at their reviews, because I'm glad I didn't. Otherwise I would have been like, this sucks, and probably not watched it. But instead I hit play and I absolutely loved it. So hopefully if you like rom-coms, you can check this one out and come back to my page and let me know if you enjoyed it or not. Make sure you leave a comment in my comment section and let me know if you're going to be watching this one. And make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and then head on over to my gaming channel and give me a sub over there as well, please. And the links to all my socials are in the description box down below, so make sure you follow me on them as well. All right, I'll see you in the next video, sweetas. Have a good day. Bye.